It has been a few months since I've told you all about my medical condition, and I feel like now is an important time to give you a very unfortunate update. After a few months of going through a lot of intensive care and a lot of intensive therapy, I am unfortunately bringing you the news that I still hate white saviors. They just are the most cesspool of creatures to ever walk the earth, and I can't imagine how I'm able to survive this long with these people still roaming around, existing in society. I just can't stand how performative somebody could truly be in ways to try to prove that they're not racist to a bunch of people who will always view them as racist. And even in the performance, in a white savior's mind, they're sitting there thinking, all right, I'm going to put on this great speech so that everyone knows that I care about insert disenfranchised group here, and everyone's going to love me, and that'll prove that I, out of this cesspool of evil whites, am not the racist one. And as they're waiting for their applause, they're still viewed as racist because their performance was not this inspiring thing. It was more of, as viewed by the insert disenfranchised group here, a slap in the face into their own ineptitudes and how they can't do something without a white man's approval or their foot on their neck. Case in point, everyone likes money, and everyone knows that in order to make money, you must get a job. And while the job market currently is one of the worst things on planet Earth, a lot of people still are trying to find jobs and make money. Imagine for a moment, you have the opportunity handed to you to get a job in real estate and in finances and all the great things that would net you a lot of money. And you say you don't fit the bill. You ain't got the stuff for that job. And you know what? Understandable, because in real estate, you got to have that suave. You got to have that way to sell something to someone so that they could spend their money and then you can get that money. But none of those reasons are explained by the person I'm going to show you. The reason why this guy is not, and he's white, by the way, the reason why this guy is not accepting this job, and because he doesn't feel as though he can fit the bill of being a real estate agent or someone who works with a real estate agent, is because he's not tall and he's white.
I changed. So can you. Look at the way
absolutely.
You're speaking to me.
You can change, you can work hard, but
do you know
you're not...
somebody like you? Do you know somebody like you that speaks this eloquently? If somebody gets a hold of you in real estate, insurance, finance, you can learn how to sell, and you can make some real good money. Somebody
but
like you that I'm watching.
Not everybody's born with those abilities. You have to be,
brother.
Like, somebody who's white, tall, 6'4", whatever. They're
I'm
much
Middle
more
Eastern. I'm from Iran. Do you realize a lot of stuff that goes against me?
Okay, but many people have no choice to
but
physically
that's an
alter.
excuse language to be making.
No.
I need you all to understand that I have a great disdain for everyone who works at Jubilee, because they took the concept of people disagreeing and talking about it and turning it into a clown show where people go on Twitter and just use moments to say, hey, this proves my entire point, or this debunks everything that my opposition thinks. It is a complete clown show. But to the main point, how are you going to look a gift horse in the mouth and say, I'm too white for that? I can't have anything under the sun that's relating to that. Even if you are not qualified for the job, you could just say that and people will still be mad. But hey, if you're not qualified for it, he can go find someone who is, and that could work, and that could be great for them. You took that and turned it into spiel about how apparently the only people who exist in the world who are real estate agents are 7-foot white guys who could talk someone into the building. This is fucking stupid. And in your spiel, you just spat in the face of every single person who was in the room and anyone who was watching who has this dream of wanting to sell houses, who wants to work in finance. Fuck all that. Anyone who wants to work in any field that nets a lot of money, you just slap them all in the face by saying, basically, if you're not tall and white, you shit out of luck. And that is what I truly despise about people who perform in front of others. You do it with the means to try to make yourself look good. You do it with the means to try to make yourself look to be someone who cares about everyone. But you disastrously fuck it up by speaking your mind with your ill-informed thoughts, and it's disastrous. It nets no positive, and it further creates a little bit more divide, because in your moment of thinking, this will make people understand, or this will get people to understand that, hey, this job market is catered to one specific group. In that moment, you fuck up royally because you were so focused on not being tall and white that you just diminished everybody else who doesn't fit that bill also. And by the way, just a little bit of uplifting for everyone. No, You don't have to be tall or white in order to get a job. That is the only requirements for porn stars. You have the ability. You have the tools. Whatever dream you want in this world, I believe in you. I believe if you work hard, I believe if you game the system in your favor, because let's be honest, a lot of jobs are favored in people who can game the system. You can make the right connections. You can prove that you're a valuable asset to a company. I believe you will get that dream job and you will make all that money. That way you could buy me things, because the ultimate goal in life is to buy me everything that I want. I would like a lot of lemon pepper hot wings right now. And I thought, you know what? That could be a nice positive way to end the video, because this moron is someone who is just gonna fail in all of his own insecurities and ineptitudes. I don't want any of you to grow up to be like this. I want you to be confident in who you are and what you dream about and turning it into a reality. And I think that is the first time I could ever end a video on a positive note, and I will not ruin it for anyone. So subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Mwah. Goodbye.